And the other thing too is like we do talk about like I just mentioned how wall to wall the music is, but there's also like nature in the soundtrack that I want to talk about. Obviously, it's not within the actual soundtrack, but it belongs in the audio and the sound of Princess Mononoke. How do you feel about the contrast of the silence of that forest ambience versus those like, I don't want to say high octane, but like high intensity orchestral cues? Like compare like that really intense orchestral cue to the nature and the ambience of Princess Mononoke, and I feel like in terms of dynamics and intensity, that's what the spectrum is.
Yeah, well, weirdly enough, do you know what soundtrack it made me think of?
Oh wait. Give me a hint here.
It's a video game again, but it's a very...
Teletubbies.
What?
Teletubbies.
No, it isn't. But it won Game of the Year a few years back.
Okay, well, it should be Teletubbies, but go ahead.
It's Elden Ring.
Oh, you're cooking with that. I see where you mean. I see, yes.
See, sometimes it's a very similar formula at times. You know, there's going to be pads there when you're in the beginning zone, you could say. There's these lustrous pads. You're in the forest. You know, it's strings. It's very mysterious at times. And then when there's a big impact, it's everything goes loose, you know? And in both situation, you can tell there's a bit more Western symphonic influences than what your traditional, in this example, Ghibli movie would be. But even in Elden Ring, you can tell there's a big difference. There's a big Western influence.
Of course, there's much more of a Western influence for Elden Ring. But if we're going to play the comparison game, I kind of want to go back to, because last we spoke, we did Spirited Away, we did Ponyo, now we're on Princess Mononoke. Like, how do you compare, like, I don't want to say the big three, but almost the big three. Obviously Totoro's in the conversation there.
Absolutely.
But, like, how do you compare the soundtrack of Mononoke to Spirited Away and Ponyo?
That is a great question. Well, Ponyo is a lot more, you know, it's a lot more of a wholesome movie, you know? And you can tell along with the mix, the soundtrack, everything is in general way softer. Spirited Away, I feel like there's a lot more attempts at different things because there's a lot. Spirited Away is a thing of its own, whether it's Ghibli or not. You know, it's a unique piece of art, and you can tell along with the soundtrack as well. There's nothing like it to me. And when it comes to Princess Mononoke, you can tell the Western influence a bit more. That's what separates the three a bit more, in my opinion.
Right. There is more Western there. Like it's hard to ignore.
Absolutely,
it's hard to ignore.
And I'm not saying that in a bad way.
No,
I think it's a good thing actually. Yeah, because you can identify both really well off of that.
Absolutely.